The Matrix was created to make energy vampires out of you. Vampiring energy from others is something that a person does out of necessity, for the most part. Yes, there are people who practice energetic theft, thinking it advantageous for them, but for the most part people practice it unconsciously. Why? Because we live in a system that has rendered us unconscious. We walk around on autopilot, responding to things the way we learned to many years earlier. Having never examined our thoughts and feelings, we allow our subconscious to dictate our reaction to everything. The system makes us unconscious of our power, and it renders us unconscious of the fact that we have responsibility just because we are living, breathing, thinking human beings. How is that done? By having leaders in this world, leaders who make decisions without consulting us, who are crooked, and who just smile and say, "Don't worry. I'll take care of it." Have you ever watched a newscast where the head of state asked you for your opinion or for help in making their next move? No. Well, you're part of their system, that's why. Our power is taken away, and because it's easy, most comply. Those who fight the system are typically empowered people who have managed to resurface above the rest back into the truth of their consciousness, and these people will fight the system that sought to enslave them and others. Why does the Matrix create an energy vampire out of so many people? Ivo, I have said so many times, my love, that you are fed the wrong ideas. You are fed lies. You are born into a system that does not have your health, wealth, happiness, and well-being in consideration. In fact, it has the well-being of others who run it in mind. You were subjected to amalgam dental fillings, and so you now have thyroid fluctuations due to the mercury in your system. I have replaced the worst of your teeth and am working on the others. Me, thank you, Ivo. You're the best dentist I've ever had. Ivo, I also work for free, I might add. Me, LOL. Ivo, the requirement in your system is for unskilled workers to create the majority. The grocery checkers, the order pickers, the auto mechanics, all basically unskilled workers who study little or not at all in order to hold a job. And in the same style as your schools, the absorption of facts and information from without, rather than the expression and manifestation of oneself from within. Those who require more study are the healthcare workers of your health system, a system created to keep you unhealthy. A system that relies less upon one's inherent ability to heal rather than drugs or operations to resolve health problems. As your world becomes more computerized, the educational requirement of the common person declines. The human worker is becoming devalued, and if this is the case, what do you foresee for your future? Do you see people who are well off financially living lives of ease? What is to happen to the worker who cannot find a job now? There is no focus in your system of reliance upon self. Every time you have a problem, it is resolved by some facet of the system, a system which does not have your best interests at heart. This keeps you in the system and negates your inherent need to know your true self. What if you used every problem you have as an opportunity to know yourself better, rather than depending on the system for a fix? Sheran often said that the only thing a problem needs to be solved is money, and so in this way she was stuck in the system. She went through times with little money and many problems, in order to force her to seek within herself for solutions that did not require money. Your false beliefs will be challenged. Beliefs that keep you mired in the matrix mindset will be challenged. Understand the system is the biggest vampire of all. This is a vampire you need to leave, and to begin to rely upon yourself is the way forward. You are living in a system that does not only not meet your true needs, it also does not allow you to realize what they are. Therefore, the Earthling continues to live in shame, poverty, guilt, fear, stress, addiction, suffering and chaos, among others. Your love is conditional, and often these conditions have to do with either the need to rely upon another to survive, or of vampiring their energy. Yes. This does not sound too nice, does it? However, where do you think codependency comes from? Codependents rely upon others in order to feel alive. Without reference to another person, there is no image of self. Without another, you do not exist. Why is that? That is because the codependent is an energy vampire who will not learn to rely upon their own source of energy supply. This energy supply has become so minimized throughout the years that dependency upon others for energy becomes a necessity. And the way to get it is through offense of others, and violation of their free will. Free will is based upon the tenet that each being is a being of energy with their own supply to source. That is the definition of a human, incarnate or not. Violation of that person's right to autonomous use of their energy is the basis for energy vampirism. As I said in our last video on this subject, the need to vampire energy from another was started by the influx of unseen demonics on planet Earth, who tap into your energy supply and steal from it liberally. This has led you to create a system that is based on vampirism as a means of expressing yourselves because you know nothing else. Because many are not autonomous, there is no room for autonomy in your governing or medical systems. You are told what to do, given the food you are to eat, everything is controlled for you. Why? Because you are a controlled energy supply. That is why. The system you live in reflects the unseen forces that influence your life. The system you live in allows this cycle to continue. It has to be broken. People need to take back their autonomy and become self-responsible. You see now that with the COVID situation, that masks are worn to protect others. This is codependent. Why would you wear a mask to protect someone else and not yourself if this pandemic is so grave? Why would you trust others to protect you if this is such a strong virus? It was set up that way, and the goal is to keep people fighting with each other. And this is working. Now you all have the right to demand that others wear a mask, or so you believe. To do so is a violation of their free will. And that is how your system is set up, to have you police others who do not comply for your sake. The matrix is set up this way, conformity is expected. Everyone minds everyone else's business. This is codependent and it is vampiric in nature. Why would you normally have so much interest in what others are doing if you felt that it did not affect you personally in some way? Yes, you are social beings. But is being social not a question of allowing others to do as they please, to be happy, rather than policing their behavior? Policing others' behavior would be considered antisocial. You are socially negative. Vampirism is only one impediment to your autonomy. Another is the lying, which too, is also part of the vampiric program. How? Deception is necessary in order to relieve another of their truth. Let me explain. Your truth is that you are an autonomic, independent, energetic being with attachment to divine source. In order to steal from that being, which would normally guard itself and its life energy, deception is required. Your world is so far gone in this regard that intervention was necessary to remove those parasitic beings and to bring down your matrix system. Next you will be tasked with reversing what you have learned. You will learn to be autonomous. Those insisting in dealing in a vampiric manner will be sent off planet so that your world can ascend within a time frame suitable to Gaia. The only way forward for the people of Earth is what you call spirituality, as this mode of living fosters connection to one's God source. Earth will become a spiritual world. You see, then, without tricking the Earthling into behaving as the vampires do, there would be no way they could live among you. For they do. There are many living among you without soul connection, and these will eventually be removed from your world. It was necessary for them to overtake and continue to deceive you in order that they could have a home and an energy supply, which is you. In sharing your energy with them, you lower your vibrational frequency and continue to experience a world where many suffer. All this will cease. The only way they could live on your planet and disguise themselves was to have you live as they do. That way there is no telling the difference. They have tricked humanity into believing that you are as they are. You are not. You have a conscience, a voice from higher realms. They do not. They have no compunction to deliver misery to your doorstep, and they have done this for eons. Making you suffer keeps their energy supply alive. but they do not suffer as the human does, as they see themselves as superior and of more value than you. Humanity has been enslaved, and now it is time to change this. They stole your world. Treasonous acts that they are to face charges upon are only the beginning of their problems. Whichever of them have souls will be facing charges of blasphemy in the galactic courts, theft of a world and turning of a people against God. These godless souls are done. Their time has come. Earthlings will learn to live in a way that reflects their godly nature. They will create perfection on earth again. Me, thank you, Ivo. Ivo, my love, you are perfection for me. I await you in 2021.